Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we're talking Perfect Match Season 3. This is a part 2 of kind of like the first, like just some takeaways of the first set of episodes that have dropped on Netflix. And I wanted to speak about the twist that was in episode 5 and episode 6, but a few things I wanted to speak on that I didn't get to talk about in my last video. Madison. The way she aired out Cody in the early episode, saying that his breath was funny, that he needed mouthwash and mint, what was diabolical, you guys, was absolutely diabolical, because if it was the other way around, if a dude said that to a girl or to a woman on this show, do you know the outrage that would have ensued, you guys? Child, that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. And Lucy and her man, they seemed cute at first, but as the episodes start to play on, he gets more embarrassed by her, it seems. He was embarrassed about something she said, that, like, one of her kinks or something like that. She likes to have, I guess, vibrating butt plugs. So he said, I don't know how he felt about that, but I don't know. But he was mad at her in a later episode because she was laughing and having a good conversation with somebody, and they were talking about astrology. And they were talking about what their astrological signs and stuff were, and he felt that she was laughing too loud and having too much of a good time, and that if he did that, it wouldn't be okay. So then she storms off crying. No, what? And everybody's trying to console her, and he's like, I'm sorry, if I was, acting out of line, and da-da-da-da-da, and I'm just like, y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. Then Sandy was being messy, because she wanted to have, her ex from the ultimatum on the show. But she kind of did what OLLIE did. OLLIE wanted somebody in there, but he didn't want to, just go out with it and put himself on the date. So he set somebody else on a date. So Sandy decides to put AD on this date with her ex, and she's putting 2 and 2 together and realizing this date is not for her. And this is what Huda did on the show on Love Island with the whole Chris situation. She was like, oh, Shelly, I'm bringing Chris back for you. No, it's not. It's for you. It was for you. And that's what happened here. So old boy gets back to where they're staying, and him and Sandy meet. They're like, oh, there's unfinished business. We didn't really get to fully explore because of her ex and everything else. And it's just like, no, JR. And JR, got treated the way I expected him to, because he was coming in hot, like he was the hot commodity, all because he was tall, big, and had muscles. No. You need to actually bring something to the table, right? And I think the other people saw through what Sandy was attempting to do, and they said, you know what, we're not going to match with him, because as long as he is around, she's going to try to do some get back, right? Now, what happens later on in the show, which we saw like towards the end of episode 6, is they split up the islanders, right? Kind of like a Temptation Island, kind of like a makeshift Casa Amor. But instead of it being new people that comes in, they'll bring in all the singles that have yet to be chosen for a date, and they bring back all the people who were eliminated, right? And so I think it's going to be interesting to see, because JR's coming back, right? He's coming back, and he's going to obviously go after Sandy. So it's going to be a whole nother thing with her and Luis getting into it for the 50-11th time. about this situation. But my thing is, you should have just chosen from jump, because that's who you wanted. That's who you wanted. So we gotta get into also the Love Island people, y'all trying to run this like this is Big Brother. Y'all trying to run this like this is the Traitors. What are y'all doing? Scott is there. Scott is trying to, build up an alliance with Ray. It doesn't work out. The alliance doesn't work out. The alliance is not aligned. Carrington came in advance. However, he had flopped. He swung and missed, y'all. Talking about he's going to try to Google some compliments and stuff. I think he'll be back, though, because like I said, they bring back all the people who previously were dumped. And I think he's going to, rectify his mistakes, right? Because here's what happens, too, is everybody plots, right? Everybody plots while they get dumped on the different couples, who they think is compatible, who they think is scamming, and everything else. So that's the other part of it too. So you all come back, but the problem that I have, that I feel broke the show, is when Lucy, and I can't remember her dude's name, they went to the boardroom. And Nick Lachey told them, instead of you typically sending, people out on a date or whatever else, what you're going to do is you're going to split up two couples. You're going to choose somebody out of each of the couples to go out on a date, and the other person's going to get sent home. Or they have to go back to the hotel. No. I thought the show was about finding your perfect match and strengthening your connection. If, based off the singles that come in, if it's not a better connection than the connection that you have, why are we sending home people who have the strongest connections? This isn't Love Island Season 7. Well, what are we doing? So, nonetheless, they decide to send Ollie on a date and send home AD, and AD's having a full-on meltdown because she's shook. And they break up Madison and the dude that's the funeral director, right? And so they send home the funeral director. And it's just like, what are we doing? Like I feel like they intentionally wanted to break up Ollie and AD because that was the strongest couple. But you didn't need to send AD out of the villa. You didn't need to send her out of the place for Ollie to test this connection. Like that was crazy. Y'all know that was crazy. First, you sabotage them from winning a challenge, and now you send her out of the competition because she is too strong of a connection. Y'all should have been putting Luis and Sandy out on a date, or somebody else on a date who was just gaming y'all. Like, what are we doing? Now, Madison, I could care less because I feel like she's kind of gaming too, because she had this whole meltdown when her dude had got sent out on a date, like it was the end of her journey and everything else. She did the absolute most. But Ollie ends up getting on a date with somebody from Temptation Island and Justine. So, and that was the thing too. First you tell them in the boardroom it's one date. Well, now they're on a date with two people, right? And so then the same thing happens with Madison. She's on a date with Ray and a guy from Too Hot to Handle as well. And so now there's 4 people coming back to the villa, right? Which means 2 people are going to get dumped. And already Scott's trying to get a Love Island alliance going. No. He is already trying to get a Love Island alliance happening, you guys. And he's sitting up here bragging, talking about, this is my 4th show. Stop it. Stop it, you guys. Absolutely stop it. But I feel like this twist is lame. And then the other problem that I have with this twist is that it's not permanent, right? Because AD still ends up coming back because you have the segment where you bring back all of the people who are dumped. So the guys, they're like, hey, we're going to send you some girls. And the girls come in, and here's Ollie acting like this is about to be a lad's holiday, a lad's vacation, only for for AD to coming through. And it's not going to be a vacation no more. So now, because what ends up happening, because of AD going, Ollie ends up coupling up with Justine. They have a connection. They start kissing or whatever else. And now the next day you bring back AD. No. So now you're creating a makeshift love triangle with Justine, AD, and Ollie, and you're going to try to villainize Justine for doing what we say in Love Island world, doing what a bombshell's supposed to do? Make it make sense? But I feel like, and again, I feel like AD and Ollie, they have a strong physical connection. I'm not seeing anything beyond that, though. But it seems like whatever physical connection they have, Ollie has rocked AD's world, and she's absolutely attached. She's completely attached to him. And unfortunately for this show, I don't know how this is going to bode well as the rest of the episodes play out. But it's setting up for AD to confront Justine and ask Justine about what she did with Ollie and how, intimate or whatever else they got. And then after that, she's going to cuss out Ollie, and it's just going to be a whole thing, y'all. And somehow, from all of this foolery, they currently are engaged and expecting, you guys. I don't understand it. I do not understand it. I do not get it. The whole thing, if what the rumors are true, that Ollie continued to play in AD's face, because from what I've seen from the episodes, he wants to flirt with these other women, he wants to get with these other women, but he's also terrified of AD at the same time. But the moment that she was dumped, the moment that, she was not there, he switched up completely, and it was obvious. And then even when they said, hey, the men are going to be separated, you're going to get new women, everything else, he was up here coaching the dudes on what to do. And talking about, hey, when which calls away, and him and Louise are the same person. Y'all thought Louise is a menace, but Ollie's a menace too. And that came out on the show. But all that switched up. His whole demeanor changed once he saw AD walk back. And then that's how the cliffhanger is. So, nonetheless, we will see what happens for week 2. But that was kind of just my summary, my takeaways. Because a lot of the show is pretty repetitive. And a lot of the storylines I don't really care about because they're not interesting. But nonetheless, that ultimately was what happened with the show. So yeah, so there's that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.